Welcome once again to the Brain Candy Podcast. It's the best kind of podcast because it's my kind of podcast and it's your kind of podcast. So it's time for the podcast. So let's start the podcast right now.
Man.
Wow, I didn't know how much air I was needed. That is the mistake that many people have made in trying to attempt that song. You gotta get the breath work dialed in.
Yeah. That's all from the old diaphragm.
From the old diaphragm. And I was like, woo, altitude.
Yeah, you've never done it in Colorado.
I probably haven't, actually.
Mm-hmm. It was a California song.
That is crazy.
It really is.
Yeah. Well, how you doing, Suze?
I'm real good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm like, just LIVIN. I am counting down the days because I'm going on vacation. And like a real vacation. My first ever vacation with my girlfriend.
You guys are going to snuggle so much.
So much. But we also have activities planned because we're going scuba diving. So we're going to have to... We're the kind of people who are going to wake up early because we're excited to go do the activity. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to have to wake up real early to get
when your girlfriend took me on my birthday train ride, she said she couldn't sleep the night before.
She's so excited. She's like a little kid at Christmas. It's the cutest thing in the whole world. It's one of my favorite things about her.
Well, is this just like one day? What is the deal with the...
No, we're going I think we're there for 7 days total. And I think we're going to try to do 5 of them diving.
It's a lot of diving.
Oh my gosh. We're half fish over here.
I mean, it is fun. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, and it's fun because I've never gotten to do that with a partner before. And we've spent time together when we're staying at each other's house, when we have guests in town, when we're families here, when we're kind of forced into that situation. And so it feels like we've had chances to be together for extended periods of time, and we did great. And so I was telling her, imagine how wonderful it's going to be when we're together for extended periods of time and no stress
and no talking
and no talking. Why? Because we're underwater.
Silent.
It is. Yeah.
Well, because that's my favorite part about diving is
quiet.
The quiet.
My first time diving was with you.
Mine wasn't.
Well, I know.
I was going to say it back and then I remembered. Wow, that was your first dive?
Yes, it was so exciting.
Oh my God.
First ever underwater discover
I didn't know that
scuba.
because you seemed so accomplished and professional.
Well, I was a natural, as they say. I took to the water.
Did you love it?
Oh my God. I remember that moment. I remember that the most difficult thing was keeping my lips sealed around the breathing apparatus because I was smiling so much that it was sneaking in the corners of my mouth because I was so excited.
What if
and
you
it
drowned
was
because
so
you were
quiet.
so happy?
I mean, it'd be a good way to go, man.
Aw, for sure.
It wouldn't be the worst way. It's kind of like that, how do I want to die? Buried in puppies. Yeah.
Right. What are you hoping to see out there in the open water?
I would like to see. I would like to see some turtles. I would also like to see a stingray or manta ray. I really think their movement. I don't know what is even around that time. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could be down for some safe sharks. Yeah, mm-hmm. I'm like whatevs. Here's the thing that I'm scared of, but my girlfriend seems very excited about. Uh-oh. A nighttime dive. She's talking about a waterproof flashlight. And I'm like,
a waterproof flashlight? That is an oxymoron.
Yeah. I'm like, for what?
She just texted me, by the way.
Oh.
I mean, what are the chances?
What are the chances? She didn't text me.
I'm going to say, we are talking about you right this second.
Right this very second.
Wow.
That was crazy. See,
we're
in
tune
sync.
In to episode 961 to hear more
about you.
That is a hoot. Hi,
sweet
Amy.
thing. Hi, sweet thing.
Hi, sweet thing.
I love your butt.
We love your buns. She is the best. She's
really is.
she's in Philly.
Yes,
That's why she texts me. She's in my state.
Oh, God. I always forget that those two cities are in the same state. I don't know any geography that direction.
Wow.
It's the same as my necessary spelling, how I just start spelling Mississippi. Like, it just feels like I don't know what goes on.
Do it.
Necissar. Like,
She just starts trailing off.
Necessisssar. I don't know how to say it, but
Okay.
I know other things.
But she wants to do a night dive, and
That's insane.
Like a waterproof flashlight, like I said, sounds like an oxymoron.
Because it feels like things could sneak up behind me. I can't hear them coming.
Absolutely.
And I don't want that. I'm scared just thinking about it from the
real
depths.
big light.
Fuck that. Here's the only way I would do it is if the light was shining and illuminated the whole area around me, in which case, might as well go during the day because I'm scaring away anything that would be there at night. Yeah. No, this is not for me.
What's that called? The real dark part of the ocean is probably called the dark part.
They call it, isn't it the something zone?
The dark black.
It's the
I don't know. It's
zone.
scary. I learned about it on
Twilight Zone.
Octonauts.
Not
something.
It's something like that.
You're so close. I know it. I don't know, but it sounds scary.
Yeah.
And when you take a look at the creatures down there.
Well, I heard that NASA back in the day, like early NASA, was
Midnight?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Was at first they were researching the oceans, and then they were like, we don't know what's down here.
No, we're good.
We're going to go up to space because that's a little easier.
That seems easier.
That could just be a urban legend that I heard. I have no information to back that up. But
it feels like submersible.
Dude, everything down there is creepy.
And bad things happen.
I'm going bon voyage.
Okay, well, that'll be fun. That'll be fun for you. Bye forever.
Dives away or whatever they say. What do they say?
What do they say?
I don't no fucking clue. It's been too long.
I think it's like the midnight zone or something.
Yeah.
Let's just pretend.
Right. Let's pretend.
Well, I'm not going on vacation. We didn't even go this year. In this economy, I mean,
I know.
Forget it. Let me think. I feel like I had something to tell you. We talked about I have
some things to tell you.
Oh,
I mean,
what?
just some interesting stories.
No, I have interesting stories.
Oh, just like you were talking, what little
about
anecdotes?
My life.
Oh, about your life.
No,
well, I am
boring.
interested in that too.
Well, I am going to see Paul McCartney.
Oh,
As
God,
a matter
can
of
you
fact-
believe he's still performing?
Fuck.
Dude.
That's why
I can
said,
remember
I'm sorry, like,
when
you
my
gotta go.
mom, he has to go.
Yeah.
Because it'll be my Prince story if
I
he
know.
doesn't go.
Yeah, he's 82,
He needs to say yes to everything.
Well, he
Golly.
has not let me live it down that we went to see him in 2019 at Dodger Stadium and didn't take him. I think he was 6 or whatever at the time.
Yeah.
And all these years, blah, blah, blah. You should have taken me. Okay, now it's go time, babe.
It's go time.
And I know it's not that cool, but it is.
No,
you just don't know
it. It is. It's a story. He doesn't know. This is like when my mom dragged me to art museums, and I was like, "Oh, I hate this," and now I'm answering all the questions at trivia night.
Yeah.
And I can name all kinds of columns.
By the time this airs, we will have already gone. And when we saw him before, he did 3 hours straight. No breaks, no opener.
Dude, that's wild. I can remember when my mom was talking to me about seeing the Beatles when she was young, and me thinking, wow, the Beatles seem like an old band. And I thought that when I was a little girl. And so to think that he's still playing.
He's so cute.
That is amazing.
Who's your
Is
favorite
he still
Beatle?
with that lady with one leg?
No.
I don't know.
Heather, that was short-lived. She was a gold digger or something, a fame digger.
Really?
I think so, for clout. I think that was what was going on. Well, he has a lovely wife.
Oh, okay. Well, we like that for him.
But let's face it, that guy loves Linda forever.
Yeah.
And it's just gone too soon there. What are you going to do? But he really likes having a wife. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he needed to find somebody. And I think they have a lovely relationship.
I'm glad.
What are you laughing at?
I'm just glad. I love that I can ask these questions and say these things, and like you will have the answer to that. You know how it's the same thing when you to ask me a question about something. I'm like, well, let me tell you.
I'm glad you asked.
And and I can go on for half an hour. I'm like, oh, Susie, I'm gonna get like all of her wives in order. And
well, the problem with the Heather one leg was that they were married a short time, but they had a baby together, and so he does have a daughter with her, and she's still she's like a teenager.
Oh,
and like that's gotta
who's
suck
Stella McCartney's mom?
Linda.
Okay.
Yeah. And all his other kids are Linda.
Wow. How many kids does he have?
I think they had 3, and then he had the one
regular.
with Heather.
That's like regular.
But they gotta hate that extra one. They don't want, but it's not her fault. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how it's all worked out, but I feel bad for the kid.
Well,
and
I
feel
think
bad
a
for Paul.
little bit of money will make anything
go like bye-bye.
Yeah. Oh, we all have to go on vacation and stay in our separate villas and just have brunch together at the fucking Ritz. Okay. Life is so hard.
Let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, I will let whatever be whatever with a good buffet at the Ritz.
He's cute as heck, and I would do anything for that Paul. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But to answer your question, it's Ringo. I know, but not for the reasons that you think. Not because of his musical, not anything musically. It's for being the
LOLs
Shining Time station conductor.
Oh my God.
That's where I know him.
He's a doll. I love Ringo.
That's what I love. That I love him as the
I made that reaction
conductor.
Because of course he's your favorite.
Of course he is. It's Oscar the Grouch. It's Ringo. It's like Animal. It's gonna be the drummer. It's gonna be the extra care. It's gonna be the
misfit.
The misfit.
Yeah.
That's what they said on the challenge, that I was captain of the misfits. The island of the misfit toys. You know how many times I fucking heard that? Like,
it's a compliment.
Yeah, it
and Ringo
is.
would agree.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I know I know it's very Pee Wee Herman thing like that. Yeah, it's that. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'll tell you what's not misfits for misfits, and that's Beducated.
Well, you know what? That's actually a funny segue, because I think sometimes people who feel like that might feel like left out of the conversation about sex, or maybe you were one of those people who grew up like you did with absolutely no sex education. The sex education you got was like from what
probably
dudes
wrong.
were absolutely wrong, or from like the Playboy, like terrible.
Like, you know how they think like anal's not sex.
Right. Get real bad like messages that we're getting. So if you are somebody who has actual questions that you want real answers to from an academic perspective, from people who are giving it to you straight, then Beducated is the platform to get those questions answered in a safe, approachable, like very
fun.
Fun and like feels more like an education rather than like violation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Or clinical and sterile.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
People who are experts.
Giving you the scoop.
Well,
and Sarah and I were talking about how like a lot of like older gals that maybe are starting over, got a divorce or whatever. And have you ever heard somebody say like, what's new in sex these days?
Yeah,
or like,
right.
What's new
what
in
are the kids doing?
World?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Yeah. You want to ask questions about that? You want to know, or it's like maybe you were with somebody for so long who had one way of doing things and you're like, I want to try this, or I'm interested in
what are some other options?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody has had questions about sex. And like, listen, remember when I told you the information of the force of which to perform oral sex with? You wanted to give me a Nobel Prize for that.
I did.
This is an entire platform of people who are giving you that same kind of information.
I mean, and think about it. Black Friday, all the garbage you're going to buy. How about buy this instead?
This is the gift that keeps on giving.
It's for sure.
And given and given.
You should sign up for Beducated and use our code, which is BrainCandy69.
Oh.
Nice. To get 65% off the yearly pass, which is their biggest discount of the year. And it's risk-free. So you get 14 days, money-back guarantee. And, I mean, try it for 2 weeks.
I also thought about who would like this. Me in starting to date women again.
Right.
I'm like...
She was out of the loop.
What do you do? And I was young. I didn't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
she doesn't know.
I still am going to go on
She's
there
still
and get
learning.
some questions
We're lifetime
asked.
learners here at the Brain
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Lifetime learners.
Brain Candy Podcast, lifetime learners. Go to beducated.com. Code again is BrainCandy69. That's 65% off the yearly pass. 14 days free. Just try it.
Love it.
Tell us what you learn.
Yes. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dive in.
Yeah.
May I begin? Or did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you know those people that cannot visualize? They can't picture.
They
in
don't
their
have a
brain.
mind's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you're fascinated by that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's totally wild.
Well, I met somebody in the work that I do who had that, and it made me realize that I can't make the assumption that everybody has that ability. And I think that when you're working in therapy, we rely on that often.
Okay, maybe, but maybe they could give you a heads up.
I don't think people know. The person who this
Even now?
didn't know.
You were the one that told them they can't see pictures in their brain.
It's almost like they didn't really accept it because they didn't know an alternative.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I
like,
guess
what do
I
you
just
mean?
thought
They're
by
just
now, because it's been talked about.
No, this person was elder, like,
Oh,
yeah, senior.
wow. Okay. Well, they would love to know then that they're called an aphantasia.
Interesting.
And these folks genuinely think that when we say like picture in your mind or like
Yeah.
visualize blah, 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 that we're like being metaphorical, but
Right. They really think that. They won't correct you. They're just like, okay, I got it. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And
you wouldn't know.
when you say apple, they don't picture an apple. They don't picture anything at all.
Yeah.
And so since this sort of, in the last 10 years, a lot of what we know about these people has been done in the last 10 years. And that they're learning now that it's correlated to a lot of other things like autism, and even sometimes like migraines.
I would imagine.
Yeah, it's like a way the brain is wired and situated and how you operate that maybe has some overlap with other things. And it's such a fascinating thing because like they tend to feel that they're missing out, right? That all of us are running movies all the time in there.
Yeah.
And that they're just this empty vortex. But they are often gifted in scientific ways of abstraction that we aren't.
I bet.
Physics and things that are harder for, regular people, they can thrive in.
That makes a lot of sense because you were like bypassing the things that maybe those abstract concepts would get stuck in because you don't have a way to visualize it.
Yeah.
Like I got so stuck in statistics when I was like, I don't get it until I took statistics for mental health professionals or whatever, psychology or whatever. And then it put it in those concepts. But I was like, I can't wrap my head around those kind of things, those abstract things at all, because I feel like I have the opposite of whatever this. I have
the opposite is called
Aphantasia.
hyperphantasia.
I can see the juiciness. I not only see the apple, but what it tastes like to bite into it, and the number 4 because it's red.
And that's what Adam says. He says he's on the other end of it, where it's almost like, it's just like vivid. Although they say that the problem with that, when you have hyperphantasia, is sometimes people can have it so strong that their brain has trouble knowing what is in their mind and what is real. And they'll like walk into a wall because they visualize the door.
That is a version of like disassociation in a way. And I have, is there any connection that they said between early childhood trauma, like early damage to the brain, and that aphasia thing or fantasia, whatever it's called?
Aphantasia, so lack of the mental images, can be associated with vulnerability to trauma. I don't know what that means exactly. It feels
like the people that I know who've had this have been exposed at a very young age to some stuff that they didn't even they don't even register.
I did read that in the article.
Trauma. That it's like
said that sometimes the images are too much, and they almost like their brain does like a survival thing or something. Yeah, turns it off.
And that would be my guess. And then that shutting off of that area makes everything like kind of reroute to something else that would cause some.
But some of them say that they struggle with memory, and not like so much day to day, but like their life.
Interesting.
Like, I've heard people say like they have like no real memories of their childhood or whatever. And these people say that. And some of them were even like thinking they had dementia and wanted to be tested for like dementia.
For sure. Yeah. I think this is that early, that trauma response from.
And maybe there's like different versions of that.
Totally.
One thing that was interesting, I've been talking on this darn show about my whole life, how I've had this problem of the constant earworm.
Yeah.
And they were saying there's an auditory version of it, auditory hyperphantasia, which is like where you have music playing all the time. And I was so interested. I haven't like looked into it any more than just reading that, but just the description of what it was so interesting, because I always talk about that and how like distracting it can be and frustrating it is to never have silence in your brain. And the description that somebody was quoted as describing, I was like, oh, I feel so seen. Because I don't know anybody else that has them all the time, like 100% of the time.
Is it comforting or you don't want it? I wonder, have you ever tried anti-anxiety meds? Like, has there ever been anything that...
The only thing that helps me is when I listen to music. Because then it's not in my brain.
Right. That's different.
It's still noisy.
Right. That's not really the quiet. Because I can remember, like, before I had my surgery, I was, like, freaking out about the whole everything. Rightfully so. They prescribed me Xanax or some kind of, basically it was like generic Xanax, I think. And a small dose. And it shut up all of that loud chatter. I remember saying to my ex, like, wow, is this what people's brains are like? Like, it's so quiet. And so I wonder, have you ever tried, like, have you ever taken anything where you felt like, oh yeah, this?
No, I've never had anything make it like that, but I bet there probably is something.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what. Because if you want it, like, that would suck to not be able to have it.
Just sometimes.
Yeah. Even like scuba diving. That's like why I was.
That's why I love it.
Okay, that's good because it's like okay, all right.
But in like the article when it was looking through the history of scholarship, which is very limited, some of the very early descriptions of anything like having no visual images. And said that women and children appeared to have more vivid imagery than the men, and that scientific men tended to have far fewer visual images.
So it's the emotional centers of your brain that are amping it, ramping it up. Yeah. So that visual imagery, there's the emotion that, well, and that's interesting because like I'm seeing all of this information saying how like, I don't know, these like quantum physicists and people who are like futurists and all that stuff who talk about like, is it a simulation? Is it not? Kind of thing. They were saying how it's more like our internal world is like our emotional state is reflected in what we experience, and that it is like that our experience is like a reflection of our internal emotional state, and that it's that emotion like unfolding that creates like the reality that we experience. And so if you have like men who are cut off from that and that emotion and aren't projecting as much, like the more emotion you project, the deeper and richer your life experience. And if you're not experiencing a deep range of emotion, then you are going to feel a very flat, very
steady,
consistent, but maybe not as rich life.
Yes.
And isn't that kind of like what we tend to see happen of like, and we all know that novelty is so important for the brain, and repetition is the death of the brain.
Yeah. Right.
Just a little thing, something to chew on. I don't know what the point is, but I feel like I'm making a good one.
I'll tell you what else is good, and I'm not joking. That is rocket money.
Oh my gosh.
It's our favorite.
Well, and this is the time of year where we tend to, whether it's vacations or holiday spending, Christmas, all that kind of stuff, we tend to get a little like fast and loose, or maybe it's just me.
Yeah, it can get stressful.
Yes. And so knowing what's happening with your finances will help reduce your holiday stress.
For sure.
Like all around, right?
I feel like everyone is feeling the pinch too, because there's so much going on in the economy and the government. And so it's nice to feel empowered. And Rocket Money is a free app you can download. I use it every day. And it just helps me see what's coming and what's going.
Yeah.
And also notice if there's something unusual. If something goes up a lot from last month, it'll let me know. Hey, this is a lot higher. Like there was an increase. Or, hey, why do you have 2 subscriptions to this service? And then it'll help you cancel or negotiate lower rates. It's incredible.
Incredible. We've saved hundreds of dollars.
It's a personal finance app, like I've said, and you can cancel those unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and help you lower your bills so you can grow your savings. They have saved users save over $2.5 billion, including $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Their 10 million members save up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/braincandy today. That's rocketmoney.com/braincandy. rocketmoney.com/braincandy.
Well, I love just hearing those numbers of how much people have saved go up and up and up, because we've been with them for long enough that
I really do use it every day. I love it.
Sometimes I'm like, I alone am the reason for it.
Right. We're keeping them afloat.
Yes.
Okay, well, so what's crazy though is that some of the people that say that they can't see anything in their mind's eye number one, a lot of them report seeing things in dreams, which is wild.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there's a layer that is unexplainable.
Right. And some of them say that they have them like involuntarily, like if they do have a migraine or a fever or some different kind of state, that alters their
I want to
brain
know
function.
what these EEGs say. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Well, when they didn't like look at the brains of people that don't have it, I mean, they do. It's almost like, you know, when you say like it was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
It's sort of like
well,
that.
It sounds like aphasia. It feels like even the name of it is aphasia is like when you can't find the words and that you don't have the speech.
Yeah, so a lot of them report feeling like it's there, but they just can't get to it. Like a motor that won't quite, the engine won't quite turn on, which is so frustrating. I would hate that.
I would too.
Like if
I wouldn't want to know.
I
wouldn't want to know if I'd just be like, nah, I was good. I'm good, thanks.
But also in reading this article, it's like casually mentioned something that I feel like maybe we knew about, but I forgot, which is called blindsight.
Oh, yes.
What the fuck?
Is that where you don't know faces?
No.
Oh, well, what's this?
They did talk about that, and they said that it's that is more common with people that have aphantasia. So you should ask your aunt if she sees any visual images.
Yeah, we got the confirmation, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blindsight, they said, is a rare phenomenon in which people who can't see behave as though they can, picking up objects and avoiding obstacles because their eyes and brains take in the information, but the information doesn't rise to consciousness.
Oh my God.
So they're just like waltzing around all blind.
Oh, well, we don't know fucking anything. We actually know nothing. We're idiots. We don't know anything. There's so much that we don't know.
That is so badass. Like, I bet you that's what, remember who is the guy that, is it Charles Barkley who thinks Stevie Wonder can see?
It's the best. Shaq is like, no. He said he shared an elevator with Stevie Wonder and Stevie Wonder like dapped him up or something.
Maybe Stevie has blind sight. I don't think he does though.
I don't either.
But at any rate, some people do.
Such a good
and their brains and their eyeballs see everything, but they don't know it. And they are waltzing around just picking stuff up and doing whatever.
That is like there was this great podcast. The first few seasons of it were good. I haven't listened to it. What the hell was it called? It was on NPR, and it was all about like
Hannah
brain,
Rosen.
hidden brain. Yes, it was. I think it was Hidden Brain, something like that. And she did one on like, do you need eyes to see?
Mm-hmm. I think you do need eyes.
Crap. Well, yeah, but then she went as far as to talk about the guy who does echolocation with clicking, and then it's like he's riding a bicycle. So do you need eyes to see?
It's funny that you say that about that word because that's how they describe people with aphantasia.
Yeah.
Describe they are really good at spatial awareness. Like they know how many windows are in a building.
Interesting.
Because they do the echolocation shit.
Okay, so they're doing things too.
They're relying on other things besides
and they're picking
visual.
up a lot of those cues. It is so fascinating to me. I often get caught in this like stonery thought.
Totally.
Of how our senses only developed as much as we need them. We only hear as much as we do.
Problem.
It's a really big fucking problem, actually. You're right when you say that. We only hear the decibels that we hear because that's how loud our predators are. We only see in the visual spectrum that we do because that's the visual spectrum that our predators exist in.
Yeah.
If that's crazy, and our food source, that's crazy. It does, because like crows can see UV light, like UV. If you paint, like certain nail polish or certain paint is reactive under like UV light and it glows, like black lighty kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you won't be able to see it without a black light. Well, crows don't need the black light. They just see it as UV. That's why they like some of that trinkety stuff that's like got a UV like coating on it. Yeah.
Wait, but what's the heck's their predator? Their UV predator.
Well, it's for food. It's there's something about like recognizing the
And
shades of the
water.
berries. Like that
Yeah,
in order
I
to
get
see
that.
that, you need that like to be able to differentiate from really high above or whatever as you're moving. And that is just wild to, or they're like maybe the bugs glow like as soon as you like in the UV light.
Yeah.
And so they see their food. It's fucking
Right.
wild, dude.
Yes.
It's stonery. And I am saying
know.
this,
It's fine.
and all I'm on is Diet Coke.
Hey, don't be smart.
I know.
Diet Coke. And oftentimes aphantasics do not like reading fiction. They will
Right,
skip
'cause you
over
can't picture it, of
descriptive,
course.
sections. They often don't enjoy reading.
Interesting.
And even though they have fewer memories, they often have fewer regrets and do not hold grudges.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, so
You
it's
know
like,
what? This client that I had who had this was so no grudgy, like almost to the point where I was like,
yeah,
you need to have
should
some
be madder.
boundaries. Yeah. Like,
Right. I hear
that
you.
was exactly what this person was like.
So it's like, it's not a
Good
good or
on ya.
bad thing.
Right.
It's just different experiences. Isn't that
Well,
fun? That's in the New Yorker, and I highly recommend you all reading it because it took me about an hour to read the article. It was very long. There were tons of different people represented in their experiences. And it is always just fun to see how other people see the world because we always assume
Yep.
everyone is talking the same language and we sure aren't.
We aren't.
Yeah.
That's why we ask that question every now and then on here. What is something that you do that you think is maybe normal, but you've realized, oh, that's not?
And that's
like
a really
my
hard
synesthesia
question. What's
thing.
yours? Oh, yeah.
Your earworm,
Yeah.
you know, where you
Right.
just assume everybody's got that, right? Everybody thinks that.
Mm-hmm.
No, they do not.
Yeah.
And that's a fun game to play.
But I do recommend that article. It was fantastic.
Okay, I want to talk about something that maybe you've heard of. Maybe you heard about this. This is a scandal that took place in 2011.
Love a scandal.
I know we do love a scandal. God, this is it's a sad story, and there's a documentary, like a 4-part documentary, little mini series about it, but it's behind a paywall, and it's for one of those like rando ones that it gave me the first episode free, so I watched the first episode and then I did a deep dive.
What's the website?
Then, I don't know what the website is, but the documentary is called Look Into My Eyes.
Okay, wait. I want to
Yeah.
Well, I want to look into your eyes and tell you why you should try Hily.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're a single gal or guy and you want to be in a dating environment with a bunch of people who are also respectful and lovely
Yes.
and not pervy in any way.
Yes. You want to feel safe in online dating.
That's a nicer way to put it. Then Hily is for you because they have a consent card. So if somebody sends you a suggestive message or maybe a photograph, and Hily can tell what they have done, and they'll say, hey, you into this? And you can just say yes or no.
Right. And I always like to point out, like, imagine the environment that it creates when you know that this consent card is in place. And as a therapist, I hear from both sides. I hear women that say, men aren't like that. Men are all like this. No, they are not.
No, they're not.
No, that is such a misconception. Men want to feel safe, and men want to feel like they're doing the right thing, and they want to feel like they're asking for consent and not making mistakes.
I think that they're actually quite nervous, to be honest.
They are. They want this. And women and the men are thinking, I've heard from them, oh, women just want a guy who's, no, they do not. Everyone
just wants to be on the same page.
Yes. And so this is a great app for no matter who you're dating, and no matter if you're a man or a woman.
Absolutely.
Looking for a man, looking for a woman. This is an app that'll help you feel safe in the dating world.
And if you want to feel safer in the online dating world, download Hily from the App Store or Google Play, or check out Hily.com. And that is spelled Hyly.com. Date as you are, just safer with Hily. Hyly.com.
Yes. Okay, so back to this
So
doc.
it's called Look Into My Eyes.
It's called Look Into My Eyes, and it's about this former Northport High School principal who was basically conducting hypnosis on students that resulted in the death of 3 students. And somehow he is walking free and not responsible.
Shut up.
Yes. So the principal's name is George Kenny, and he was the principal, like I said, of Northport High School in Florida from 1999 to 2011. And the crazy thing is, there's videotape of it. There's videotape of him, the way he hypnotized kids and what he did.
What did he do?
He basically like puts them under a very suggestive trance, and then I think he had used like music and things to like get people. He used it a lot with like the football players of I'm gonna get you like
in the zone.
In the zone, yeah. And said that he was hypnotizing people for athletic performance, test anxiety, pain management. But he had no medical or professional licensing. He went to a couple. Like he went to a training seminar or something like that. And then basically has that, it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect in the worst way, where he knew just enough to be dangerous and deadly, really.
Well, how the heck did they die?
So in 2011, 3 teenagers who had been hypnotized died in the boys died in these shocking events. So Marcus Freeman was a 16-year-old football player who died in a car crash after reportedly attempting self-hypnosis while driving. So it was a technique that the principal had taught him.
Can you tell me what, like, apart from getting them in the zone, what was his intention?
I think power. It feels very like I have power over these students.
Oh my.
It feels like I want to get behind that paywall.
What?
Like I want to get behind that paywall, like I want to pay for it. Like I'm willing to.
Right,
now that we talk about it, I'm like, this is why I didn't bring it up. Because I'm like, fuck, I knew what would happen. I'd be paying $8.99 for fucking Showtime, some weird, like, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
I know. Gather yourself. You want to hear more about the victims? It wasn't just, there's actually a girl who died too. Oh God, it's so sad.
So, but do you think it was culty? Like he wanted them under his spell, or?
No, it feels more like I want to be. I have this ability to do this. Like somebody came to the school and was one of those like performers who did that like hypnosis thing, and I think he liked that the students liked that. And so his way to be like cool with the students was learn this technique.
What does he look like, this guy?
He looks like
a nerd.
No, he looks more like
Is he white?
Yes. He looks more like a Ted Bundy serial killer type than
cult leader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes, it's like that, but that's why I've only seen episode 1.
Have to watch it.
I know, it's a whole fucking thing. It's all like that.
But
so
he's wielding power. He's trying to get them under his spell. But why the hell would he teach them how to self-hypnotize?
Like to say, like before going to a game, you can do this.
There was a good cult leader,
right? There was a 16-year-old musician, and a young boy and a young girl, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, who both died by suicide.
Why?
I know. Months after being hypnotized, and one a day after his last hypnosis session.
Like, because of what? Like, what do you think that he was doing to them? Like,
Well, that's the question. That's
Sarah's
what
like,
I want.
I want to know.
I want to know too. I have no more answers.
Well, this is terrible.
There was an investigation, and the school district investigated and found that he had hypnotized dozens of people and defied orders from his supervisor to stop. But that happened was he was charged with practicing therapeutic hypnosis without a license, which is just a misdemeanor. And
yeah, I mean, what else could you say he did?
But so he resigned in 2012 and pleaded no contest to the charges, received 1 year of probation, and then was forced to surrender his teaching license. That's it. The school district reached a $600,000 settlement with the families of the 3 students and paid $200,000 to each family.
How did you hear about this?
I follow an Instagram account that's a gal who reviews documentaries.
Yeah, I've seen
this
her.
came up in her review, and I was like, oh, I'm hooked. So then oh my God, it was like months ago that
I know who you mean.
Yeah, saw the first episode. And then I think I saw it right before we were going to record and was like, oh, I'll save this to talk about another day. And when I watched the full thing, and then I just never got around to watching it. But now that I talk about it, I'm like, oh, I'm reminded.
We gotta watch
because, and it's also been long enough that and it's a newer documentary that the students are all interviewed. And the students are like, he's fucking guilty. The students are, from what I hear, are adamant that he is the reason for this and responsible. And you get a weird feeling in your stomach when you watch the videos of him. It didn't feel sexual, but when they do fall asleep, they happen to fall asleep into his lap. And I'm not crazy about that.
That is so weird. I do, my mom would always talk about, like, if you would go somewhere and you just, like, feel like darkness. You know?
Oh,
and it was always framed in this Christian sort of, description of, like, the devil's spirit or something like that. But truth be told, like, whenever we talk about, like, when someone enters a room, they light up a room. There is the opposite.
100% there is. What's his name? With the black eyes and got caught on camera, that the documentary, rich guy, Robert Durst. Robert Durst. Oh, that is funny because you froze looking very suspicious of me.
Should have told me.
That is very funny.
Robert Durst.
Yes, Robert Durst. So him, he's one of those people. As soon as you see him, you're like,
yeah, it makes your hair stand up on end.
There is something bad.
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right about that person.
And I have walked into places and been like, whoa, we got to get out of here.
Yep.
Haven't you?
Yep. I remember as a kid, there was a family's house that I never wanted to go to because I'd walked the 2 people. And now, knowing what I know as an adult about their families, I was like, dude, I felt the vibes.
Yes.
As a little girl, I was like, nope, I'm out. And that is coming from wasn't good vibes all the time,
right.
where I was.
You had a low bar.
Right. So it's more like game recognize
All right,
game.
well, maybe we should watch that darn thing.
Yeah, so we're going to have to watch Look Into My Eyes, because it's the hypnosis part that feels like, it's one of those things where he did something, he's guilty, but they can't pin it. It's like like how the cult leaders end up going down for, like, a mail fraud and shit like that.
Yeah, like the mobster guys.
Yeah, that's what this feels like, that he should go down for something like else, because this is so clearly he's guilty of something.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're in The Cut, which is New York Mag.
Yeah.
They always have such great articles, and there was one that came out recently that was something like the nanny that came and then wouldn't leave. Did you read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I skimmed it. I haven't done a deep dive but I have enough of the information where I was like, oh.
Okay. So, like, every so often you'll hear these stories where, like, somebody lets somebody live in their cottage or their guest house or their, like, pool house or whatever it is. And then the person, like, just won't leave. and then they're allowed to stay because of these weird like
like squatters' rights.
yeah. And like I don't know how you feel when you read them, but every time I read them, of course I'm like that's fucked. Like get the fuck out.
Get out, right?
And then there's this back and forth and this legal mumbo jumbo and like all this rigmarole.
Right.
And I just want to know why squatters still have rights.
I don't know.
Who made this idea?
I think it had something to do with like war times, like times of war, but this it is not
Enough.
good. And did you ever see? I think that what is the movie called that takes place? It might be called The Presidio, or it's called The Tenant, or where it's with, I want to say it's Bruce Willis, and he's the tenant in San Francisco.
You're a medium,
I know.
And you're like, I'm getting a J name, a J name.
That's exactly what I'm doing. And it is.
They died by
a terrifying horror movie.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That is it. It's horrifying. Is it?
Wait,
called?
but is it about squatters?
Yes, it's about like the renter who won't leave.
Yes. This is a dumb law. Oh, she's IMDbing.
I am.
Because
it's like
it is a horror movie. That is a great premise for a horror movie because it is your house and either you hired someone or you let them stay out of the goodness of your heart. And then next thing you know, they're peeing on the bed and their dog is eating your flowers. What? You can't find the movie.
No, it is killing me.
That is a job for ChatGPT where it's like squatter horror movie.
Yeah, and it's giving me I'm like, it's obviously not Looper, Google. No.
Looper.
Like some other movie he was in that is, I swear to God, it was Bruce Willis, Pacific Heights. I should have known that because I lived in that neighborhood.
Now
and
look,
we used to
who's
call
the
that
actor?
Specific Whites because that's who lives there.
That's funny.
Right.
But who's the...
Oh, I was wrong.
I knew it.
Of course I'm wrong. Michael Keaton.
Right.
And it was the other.
Close.
It was the no. Was Bruce Willis? Was he ever a Batman?
Nope.
Bruce Willis was never a Batman. Wow.
No, he was. Stop
You're
looking at me like that.
You're right. But my brain is
he
like,
should have been though.
He would have been a good Batman.
He seems like a Batman.
It feels like, well, if the suit fits.
He's a Batman.
It feels like that. Yeah, Michael Keaton and Mel is the tenant, and Melanie Griffith is the landlord, and she's like going, "Oh, it's so good."
Yeah, that's what I mean. It is a great horror premise because
so good, Swindler. It's like just watch that movie. I bet that one will hold up. Let's watch it.
I think so because when I read these stories, I 100% put myself in the position of the landlord, of the person who's
always.
either benevolent or hiring somebody and they can live, on the property.
Because if you put yourself in the position of the squatter, I'm instantly leaving. If I get the vibe that somebody doesn't want me in their house, I'm out. Like I do not want to overstay my welcome. I don't want to be a burden. These are people who who are like con artists.
But this is when I need you to tell me what is their pathology, because why are you doing that?
I think, remember when we watched that, it feels the same energy to me.
Anna Delvey, or whatever her name is.
That too, but also the mom. Remember the one about the chef, the pastry chef who had the mom who claimed to be one of the mistresses of like the fucking Sultan of Brunei.
Yes.
And she swindled her own son out of tons of money. Mm-hmm. It's the same energy as that.
A con artist.
It's a con artist. It's a scammer. And I
don't
can't
get that.
relate to that.
No,
That
I can't
feel
relate.
more like the person who's getting scammed.
Oh yeah, I'm getting scammed.
One of the things that article said that stood out to me, or I remember this, is that it's the thing of saying, well, we were like family. This idea of making somebody too close.
Intimacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That intimacy that it needs to come with time and
Yes.
actual, and that trust is not black and white, yes or no, we have it, we don't have it. I talk to my clients about this all the time. The trust exists on a spectrum, that on a scale, that there are some people who we trust 10 out of 10, and they're allowed in that inner circle, and we could trust them with everything. And you maybe have one person like that, you're like close partner. And then we have somebody you trust 9 out of 10, which like you're going to tell them certain things, but maybe not the fact that you have a hemorrhoid or something like that, you know? And then there's an 8 and a 7 and a 6 and 5, and we decide where people go based on their actions. And I feel like it's something that needs to be earned, not something taken away. And so you don't just go in with full access to 10 out of 10 trust right off the bat.
Yeah. So my feeling is whenever I read these, it's like, oh, that is horrible. But mainly, I'm not even that mad at the squatter. I'm mad at the law that is supporting it.
Yeah, me too.
Because I don't know what that is achieving, like on the other end.
Who are we helping? Right.
Who are you helping?
I think that's a really good question, and I don't have the answer to that. And if there is somebody who maybe works in like tenants' rights, or like, I feel like we would have listeners who would be like activists in those areas. Like I want to know. You know?
I want to know too,
because I know that that it's important to protect the tenant. I remember when I was battling with my landlord, and one-sided battle.
The trial of the century.
Right. I looked up all of the I read every single like law that was on the books for that about and why that existed, and so much of it is to protect the tenant when you have a landlord who's completely neglecting everything that they should in those extreme cases. But that ain't what we're talking about here.
No. And even like in this particular article, it tried to be even-handed and did say like the contours of this woman's story were true. But like, even if like your employer or the landlord is not the nicest and is too fussy and whatever, rude, you got to go.
You got to go.
They fired you.
Right.
Bye.
Right. That is weird.
I don't understand the brain function that makes you think you deserve to stay.
It should be like you got 30 days and then.
It's almost like they enjoy the battle.
Yeah, I think so. I actually think that is correct. What you just said is accurate, because the truth is that people will create situations that.
It's heightened arousal.
Yes. And if what you really want to do is fight, you'll find a fight to pick.
I don't get that.
That's the thing.
Because most people want peace and do try to maintain peace.
Yeah.
But there are some people that prefer chaos
and when
strife.
Yeah. When you're like born in the fire, you want to surround yourself in flames.
Like, do you think that they came from a home of like acrimony and strife?
Yeah. That's all they know. And it feels familiar. And it's that familiarity that the certainty of misery is more comfortable than the misery of uncertainty. Mm-hmm. I'll take that.
But they always think they're the victim.
Well, that is the
they love that
that
too.
is the cycle. That's
okay.
it.
Well, they suck ass.
So there you go. That's it.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening to Brain Candy. You should use our codes, okay?
It's how we keep the lights on over here.
TheBrainCandyPodcast.com. They are all listed on the Candy Codes tab. And also, if you go to patreon.com/braincandy, you can find all our reality TV stuff.
And not only is that how we keep the lights on, but if we ever want to do another live event, we got to keep those sponsors coming. So
That's for sure.
if you were like, hey, I want your 1,000th
I
episode.
heard a lot of rumblings about this 1,000th episode get together.
Right.
Well,
my
let's hope we
pockets
get
are
to
empty. So
we have bought so much candy for Denver. Yeah, so please support us. We appreciate it so much, and we love you. Thank you for listening. Leave us a 5-star review.
We love
see
you.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.